Hello, distance learners. We're still working on 11.3b because it's probably the hardest one so far in this chapter, and what you do today in class is really easy, I think. Am I wrong, or am I thinking right? Did you just add like regular old fractions today? Yeah, so that's going to be easy, but I wanted to do number 11 on 11.3b because it's got a little twist to it. You'll notice when I did the rewrite, I left a little open space right here because it goes x squared and then there's no x term and then a minus 74. When that happens, I highly suggest you put a 0x in there by yourself, like when you see a missing one, so that you don't get out of line, like so that everything lines up where it's supposed to go. So we're going to start it like we did yesterday, and I'm just going to hop on and grab my highlighter because I like to have you guys see. You don't obviously need a highlighter, but we start with this one and we say what's x squared divided by x. And since I'm recording, I'm just going to go over here. You're really just not focusing on any other part of the division except x squared and dividing out an x. And that's just going to leave one x left. And you need to put it over this term. And that's why if you don't put the 0x in there, I'm a little afraid you won't have it lined up right. All right. Then from yesterday, we said you need to take this, you need to multiply it right here. X times x is x squared. And we talked yesterday about how that should always happen. You should always get a direct match here so that when you subtract, they cancel off. But unlike elementary school division, you actually have two things you have to multiply by. So you write minus 8x. Am I going too fast for you two back right there in the sky? This is good? All right, because we did it yesterday, so. And then you subtract both levels, and depending on what teacher you have, I think Mr. Monahan has you put it in parentheses and keep the subtraction. My girl who has Mr. Janan said that he does add the opposite. What does Peshman do? You guys remember? Lily, what did he change it to adding the opposite? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So most of your teachers do it that way, so I'm going to be consistent with that. So then you don't have to worry about subtraction. This should always go. So then I just have 0x plus 8x, which is 8x. All right, I'm almost ready to wash, rinse, and repeat, like do the whole thing over again. The only thing I have to remember to do is drop my next one down. So now I'm going to start all over again. I'm going to go to the leftmost one, like I first went right here, and I'm going to divide it by x again. So I'm going to do the same process all over again. And when I chop an x or divide an x, you even might want to put a little division here so you know what we're doing. When we chop an x, that's not a very good division. When we chop an x out of 8x, we get just an 8. And then we do exactly what we did the last time. I'm just going to do it in a different, so you're like a computer program. You just do the same thing over and over again. In summer, once you remember what to do over and over again, it's pretty easy, right? Like you just do it again. What do I do again? I got to multiply that in again. Oh, I got to match. You always should, or you need to stop because it's wrong. Don't forget to do both of them, and you're multiplying. All right, what are you programmed to do to drop a level? You're programmed to subtract, right? But most of your teachers say don't subtract, because you're going to make a sign error. So we add the opposite. You do the same thing over and over again until you're at the end of the row, which I am, but I've got leftovers here. I have 10 left over on the bottom. So we don't write big R, negative 10, right? Do you guys remember from yesterday? What do you do with that remainder? How are you supposed to write it on your paper? Yeah, you go negative 10 over that. You're still dividing it. It's just, it's going to, like, I think somebody in the next group said, well, it'd be a decimal. I'm like, yes, it would. All right, so we're going to do negative 10 over x minus 8, and that should be the answer sitting there. Boy, that's colorful. I'm going to stop this. So what you guys at home need to do to get your points for me, I'm entering them all on Friday, by the way. So tomorrow for everybody, there'll be a big, I think I do 4 a day for 3 days. So there'll be 3 a day for 4 days. There'll be a 12-point entry for participation this week. Distance learners, remember yours is primarily just for sending me a picture of the one-on-ones I do. So for today, just this one. The kids in class, I can just kind of see if they're participating or not. So I don't collect it. All right, have a good one. I will load this and be done once I unactivate my highlighter.